Ever wondered what edge computing is and how it's used? Well, let's take a deep dive. Edge computing, in a nutshell, is a distributed computing paradigm. It's all about bringing computation and data storage closer to the devices or actions that require them, rather than relying on a central location that could be miles away. This stands in contrast to traditional cloud computing, where everything is processed in massive centralized data centers. While cloud computing has its merits, edge computing steps in to solve some of its limitations. Consider this: if the data doesn't have to travel as far, it means we can reduce latency and improve speed, a crucial factor for many modern applications. So, the main purpose of edge computing is to move the edge of the computing as close as possible to the source of the action or the data. So, in essence, edge computing is all about location, location, location. You might be thinking, why go through all this trouble for location? What benefits does edge computing offer? Well, let's delve into this. One of the most significant advantages of edge computing is the dramatic reduction in latency. By processing data closer to the source, we cut down on the time it takes for data to travel, resulting in faster processing times. It's like taking a shortcut on your way home instead of the usual congested highway. But it's not just about speed. Edge computing also offers improved data security. When data has to travel long distances to a centralized server, it's more exposed and vulnerable to breaches. By keeping data closer to its origin, we're essentially reducing the risk of it falling into the wrong hands. Plus, the ability to operate offline is another feather in the cap of edge computing. In areas with weak or no network connections, edge devices can continue processing data without missing a beat, ensuring uninterrupted service. And let's not forget the Internet of Things, or IoT. With the explosion of IoT devices, the demand for real-time processing and analysis has skyrocketed. And guess what? Edge computing is instrumental in supporting this demand. It allows these devices to function more efficiently, making our smart homes smarter and our smart cities even smarter. With these benefits, it's clear why edge computing is gaining traction in our increasingly data-driven world. Now that you know what edge computing is and its benefits, you might be wondering where it's actually used. Let's start with autonomous vehicles. These vehicles need to make split-second decisions, and edge computing makes this possible. By processing data on the vehicle itself, rather than sending it to a distant cloud server, responses are faster and safer. Next, consider smart homes. Your smart thermostat, for instance, uses edge computing to learn your routines, adjust temperatures efficiently, and ultimately save you money on energy bills. Instead of sending all the data to the cloud, it makes decisions right there in your home. Then there's telemedicine. With edge computing, healthcare providers can monitor patients remotely in real time. Critical health data can be analyzed instantly, allowing for quicker responses and potentially life-saving interventions. Lastly, let's look at augmented reality. Whether it's for gaming or industrial applications, augmented reality requires a lot of data processing. By doing so at the edge, users experience less latency, resulting in a smoother, more immersive experience. So from the way we drive, to how we heat our homes, to the medical care we receive, and even how we play video games, edge computing is enhancing our lives in real, tangible ways. As you can see, edge computing is not just a concept, but a practical solution that's transforming how we live and work. So, we've explored what edge computing is, its benefits, and where it's used. But what does this mean for you? Well, let's imagine a world where the internet is lightning fast, your favorite streaming shows are never interrupted, and your smart devices are even smarter. That's the potential power of edge computing. By bringing data processing closer to where it's needed, we can expect improved services across the board. Whether it's autonomous vehicles, telemedicine, or simply your home Wi-Fi, edge computing promises faster speeds and more reliable connections. Moreover, edge computing isn't just about speed, it's also about safety and efficiency. With data processed at the edge, sensitive information doesn't need to travel far, reducing the risk of breaches. Plus, by minimizing latency and bandwidth usage, we're looking at a more efficient digital world. Edge computing might seem like a complex concept, but when you break it down, it's really about making our digital world faster, safer, and more efficient.